Bye.
I don't have to worry about anything.
Nice. 868.
Tom?
868.
This is Steve Sagan. We're at the Great Nor'easter. And what is the Great Nor'easter?
Great Nor'easter is a cowboy action shooting event sponsored by the Single Action Shooting Society, which is the parent organization of Cowboy Action Shooting.
Now, this is going to be a 4-day event, Steve, and it's in Pelham.
Yep.
And what are the hours that people can come and see the show?
About 9 every morning to about 4 a.m. in the afternoon, we'll have people out on the scenarios shooting Western firearms and Western theme.
And you're telling me, Steve, that the setting here are like forts and saloons. Anybody who watched the old Great Western TV shows in the 60s would be familiar with us, right?
We replicate them the best we can, right?
Is there a cost to this, Steve?
For spectators?
Yes.
No, absolutely not. You just need to show up, sign a release form, and you're good to go.
Great. Steve, thank you very much.
Quite welcome.
Who are you?
They call me Wild Bill Blackerby. I've been known as Wild Bill all my life. When I joined SAS back in 2000, they asked me I had to be Wild Bill something. I picked Blackerby for my great-grandfather, who was Blackerby.
Now, Wild Bill, it looks to me like you're outfitted to the days of the Old West. I'm looking here, and you've got boots that would have been part of a Westerner's gear. And also you've got the tie, as well as a broad-brimmed hat. And show us, you've got a handgun here. Show us what this is.
This is actually the first pistol I owned. It's a 1875 Remington, copy made in Italy. It shoots 45 caliber firearm bullets.
Now, there's something that I see that's interesting here, Wild Bill, is that the gun is kind of like reversed from what we might typically see that a cowboy would, the way that they would carry it. Why is that?
Originally, when the original plainsmen came out of the Civil War, they wore their pistols butt forward when they were on their horses. It was the way they drew their pistols. Wild Bill Hickok, which was a childhood hero of mine and one who I emulate more so when I have a brace of navies on my hips instead of the Remy, was known for shooting his firearm butt forward. I'm one of the few people in the sport that actually do fire. I will draw and put back to leather what they call plainsman draw, doing it butt forward, as opposed to most people that pull from the butt back.
Was there an advantage in terms of speed, or?
No, it was just the way they did it back then. With me, it just feels more natural than trying to pull it the other way.
Wild Bill, thank you very much.
Sure.
This is Annabelle. She's at the Great Nor'easter shooting competition in Pelham. And Annabelle, you appear to be dressed as a lady of the Old West. What can you tell me about your outfit?
I sort of dress Victorian. This is kind of my shooting outfit. It's a little more comfortable than some of my fancy banquet outfits where I wear the bustle and the feather hat and all that. But you can't go but so far and be able to shoot. So this is semi-Victorian.
Now, any lady in the Old West would want to be prepared, and I can see that you have a couple of guns here. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
The rifle is a 73. It's a reproduction of a Winchester 73 lever action rifle. It's in .38 special, 357 caliber, and we've had a lot of action work done on it, so it shoots a whole lot faster than the poor people out in the Old West had. But it's still basically a stock gun. My shotgun is a side-by-side. It's a SKB is the model. And it's a single trigger side-by-side. Most of them you see are double trigger. And my pistols are Colts. This is a third generation Colt, single action Army. And I bought a pair of them for my retirement present for myself, which is kind of unusual, I guess, for women to buy themselves a pair of Colt pistols, but that's what I wanted. So those are the guns that we shoot.
And